How to visit Norway in 2024. Norway is a wonderful country to experience as a first-time visitor. An efficient and extensive transport network, incredible attractions, breathtaking scenery, and relaxed locals all add up to the trip of a lifetime. Before we get started, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest content. 1. Outdoor activities are seasonal, so plan carefully. Seasons are everything in Norway. Each long summer day might feel like it lasts forever, but the window for many activities rarely lasts longer than the June to August, sometimes just July to August periods. This especially applies to hiking. Norway's intensely beautiful Majestic Ridge Trail in Jotunheimen National Park can draw 30,000 hikers in just 2 months. Some trails remain open beyond summer, but you run a serious risk of extreme weather rolling in with very little warning while you're out there. Cycling just about anywhere and whitewater rafting on the Still River are also strictly summer only. Winter sports like skiing, snowmobiling, and dog sledding have a similarly narrow opening, although dog sledders can sometimes take a summer ride on a sled with wheels. It all means that planning is essential, and local tourist offices are an excellent resource for knowing what's possible and when. 2. Eat well on a budget. Prices for a meal in Norway can be eye-wateringly high. At a decent restaurant, a main course for under 500 is somewhere close to the norm. Thankfully, the best Norwegian cooking is almost always worth it, but keep these sorts of prices for a special occasion or even just dinner. Most Norwegian hotel buffet breakfasts are extraordinarily good, overflowing in generous proportions, and, best of all, usually included in your room rate. Take full advantage, and you may well not need to eat again until the evening. If, on the other hand, you're hungry again by lunchtime, many cafes have cheaper lunch specials and lighter meals, or you could plan for a picnic with foods sourced from a supermarket and its delicatessen. Snacking at fish markets, or with one of the hot dogs sold at every Norwegian petrol or gas station, could also fill you up without sending a torpedo for your daily budget. Saving money on other meals will make that dinner bill a little less painful. 3. Buy train and bus tickets online. Norway's transport network is efficient and extensive. If you're traveling by rail, you're in for a treat with some of Northern Europe's most scenic rail journeys. But whatever you do, don't pay full fare. Norwegians rarely do. On almost every route, Norwegian state railways set aside a limited number of discounted minute-price tickets. How much you pay has everything to do with how early you book, so start planning as soon as you have firm dates for your trip, even if it's months in advance. Of all the bus services on offer across the country, Expressen is known for its rock-bottom fares along major routes. Book online and book early. 4. Join a hotel loyalty scheme. The overwhelming majority of Norwegian hotels belong to a hotel chain, or at least to some more loosely affiliated groupings. Joining one of their loyalty programs is always free, so choose as many as you like. Better still, join one and then find hotels along your route that belong to your program. The best such programs have a simple offer: the more nights you stay. Just how many varies from one chain or program to the next, the more free nights you get as a reward for your loyalty. Another option that is becoming increasingly common, especially in cities, is budget hotels. Before it was just the hostels, Vandergem, that promised reasonable prices, but increasingly slick hotel-hostel hybrids like Citybox and Smart Hotels provide respite from the sky-high room rates. 5. Bring a sleeping mask in summer. Let's face it, Norway's midnight sun, which can mean 24 hours of daylight for months on end, and polar night, the same, but with endless darkness, can be confusing or frustrating. At first, it can be exciting to walk alongside a beautiful fjord in brilliant 3 a.m. sunshine, and there is considerable novelty of eating lunch under a night dark sky. But how do you sleep in summer? Many hotels, particularly in Norway's north, have heavy-duty, light-blocking curtains, but bring a sleeping mask in summer to ensure you get some shut-eye. 6. Norwegians are tolerant, but always be considerate. Norwegians are pretty relaxed about most things, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a more tolerant nation of people. In cities in particular, the guiding principle seems to be to have a good time as long as you're not hurting anyone. In rural areas, it's slightly more complicated, but only slightly. There are always exceptions, but Norwegians in small towns and remote areas tend to be more socially conservative. Loud and loutish behavior is rarely welcome in such places, and if you've had an all-night party in a small village, you'll have misread your surroundings and taken Norwegians' famous tolerance too far. 7. Driving will take longer than you expect. Many of Norway's roads are engineering marvels, taking you places no road should go. Norway has the longest tunnels in the world and curvaceous bridges that render water obsolete as an obstacle, and car ferries take care of the rest. So rare are potholes that people take photos of them. Just don't expect to go very fast. Plans are now in place for what is said to be the largest cultural project ever held in northern Norway. Queen Sonja plans to attend the opening ceremony, highlighting the importance of this festival at a national level. Never before has a city so far north held the title. As such, expect a packed program of cultural events reflecting life, not just in Bodo but across Nordland County as a whole. Part of that has to do with the terrain. It's also because, apart from a short distance on either side of major cities, freeways are as rare as potholes. Throughout much of the country, especially in summer, you'll share the road with trucks and campers with only semi-regular overtaking lanes to ease the frustration. Count on slowing down, enjoying the view, and averaging no more than 60 kilometers a 37 miles per hour on most journeys, longer if you stop along the way. 8. Take basic safety precautions. Norway is an extremely safe place in which to travel, possibly even one of the safest in Europe. Like any large modern city, pickpockets are always a possibility in popular tourist areas, especially Oslo and around the Torget area of Bergen. Here and elsewhere, keep your valuables hidden and never leave them visible in an unattended car. As long as you're sensible in ways such as these, you and your personal belongings may well be safer in Norway than they are back home. After the disruption caused by the pandemic and construction delays, the new heavy vessels, the Norwegian coastal route is now back up to full capacity. With daily departures from Bergen, the historic coastal ferry service doubles as a round-trip cruise for international travelers. Before booking passage, it's essential to understand the unique nature of this experience. Norway's coastal voyage is not a typical cruise. Major differences include the 34 ports of call across the 12-night voyage and a lack of typical cruise ship amenities. These are working ships with passengers and cargo joining and leaving the ship at every port. 9. Watch the weather. Watching the nightly weather bulletin with rapt attention isn't some quirky little pastime in Norway. It could just save your life. Even in summer, wild weather can roll in without warning, which is fine if you're curled up next to a roaring fire, less so if you're hiking in Hardangervidda or Jotunheimen, or snowmobiling in Svalbard. Whenever you're heading out into any Norwegian wilderness, wise precautions include always carrying warm wet weather gear as well as emergency water and food. And always let someone, either your hotel or the local tourist office, know where you're going and when you expect to be back. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.